Hello, hello, and welcome back to the fundamentals course of triathlon. You are now on level 4, mission 14. What type of run equipment is needed? My name is Jen Rulon from jenrulon.com and Rulon Racing. So let's get started. So what type of run equipment is needed? So this is how we set up the swim and the bike. We're going to talk about the basics. We're going to talk about your ideal equipment, and then we're going to talk about optional equipment, which really there's not much for running. That's the great thing about running. So let's talk about the basic. Obviously, you're going to need running shoes. You're going to need running shorts or tights. Just depends on where you're at. You're going to need a good wicking top, but then you are going to need some good wicking socks. I will explain later. So running shoes. Yep, you got to get some good old running shoes. Where I suggest you go for running shoes is at your local run store, just because they can fit you in the proper shoes. Now, I understand about saving money, but what I've noticed with some other places, such as some big shops that have a lot of shoes, they just don't understand what the runner needs. I don't want to say any names, but they don't understand what the runner needs. So if you go to your local running store and get fitted properly, that is going to be key for you. If you sort of already have an idea of what type of shoe you need to wear, then Chris and I, we are big fans of Roadrunner Sports. I will put the links below for y'all, so then you could look around and see what's best for you guys. We're going to look at women's running clothes. Now, yes, I am a big fan of Lululemon attire, and I know a lot of people can't afford that, but I just wanted to show you generally what I will wear for running. I do shorts, I'll do a sports bra, and I'll do a tank top. If it's a little bit cooler, then maybe I'll go with a long sleeve or even a short sleeve. I know there's a lot of other companies out there that women really like. Oiselle, the Oiselle, Oiselle. New Balance has got some great things out as well. Here you go. Here's men's run clothing, right? Sometimes not all men wear shirts, but you will need some shorts. You'll need a nice wicking top. And then I even like the long sleeve tops, especially if you get chillier for running. I've seen men do it. I've seen women do it. But to run when it's a little chillier out, sometimes people can wear shorts with that long sleeve top. So once again, big fan of Lululemon, but I know not everybody's a fan of it. So you can always look at New Balance. You can look at Roadrunner Sports has their own brand, and that's a little bit less expensive. Wicking socks. Here's the thing. I used to be a person that would go to Target or Walmart and get socks. I didn't care about my socks. I just sort of wore whatever socks that were in my drawer. Well, over the last couple years when I've done some Ironmans, guess who lost their toenails? And I truly feel that a lot had to do with my socks. So I am a huge fan of Wigwam. They are the most comfortable socks that I will wear. They're thin, they're not thick. If you like thick, they have thick, but they are phenomenal wicking socks. I highly recommend checking them out. And you could also go to Roadrunner Sports because I know they have their own wicking socks, but make sure you get socks that are wicking and that those Target brand just probably are not going to do the best for you. So your ideal equipment. We're going to talk a little bit about the Garmin. We're going to talk about a Timex watch. talk about hat or visor. And then, of course, we'll talk about sunglasses. So right now, if you look at myself, I have a Garmin over here, and then I have the Whoop. And I haven't even talked about the Whoop on here, but that's okay. That's going to be probably equipment for later on. And then if you see Adrian, he's got his road ID on, and he also has the same Garmin on as well. So let's continue. So Garmin watch. So Garmin watches are fantastic because you can go out, you start your watch, it will find GPS, and voila, there you go. You got your pace, you got your cadence, you got your time, you got your distance. But not everybody can afford a Garmin watch or a Tom watch or whatever that might be. Then I highly recommend just a good old basic Ironman Timex watch. Those watches will keep on ticking after they take a licking, right? You can go to Walmart and find an Ironman Triathlon Timex watch for like $45. And honestly, sometimes I will use my good old Timex watch if I just want to go out for a 30-minute run and I need 30 minutes. That's it. So I highly recommend your basic Timex watch in the very beginning. Don't worry about time and cadence and distance, all that stuff. Just go enjoy your runs. Hat versus visor. So check out our Boca gear. So we have our Rulon Racing trucker hat, and then we have visors. People, it's all preference, obviously. Some people like a hat because if it gets really hot during the triathlon, especially longer distances, they'll put ice in their hat. And then some people just prefer a visor. So once again, it's all preference, but huge fan of Boca gear. And I am sure I will have some leftover Boca gear for the 2017 and possibly going into 2018 as well. Of course, we already talked about sunglasses on Mission 11 on the bike portion. But once again, Rudy Project are fantastic glasses. But if you have some sunglasses that you bought at Walgreens and they protect your eyes, guess what? That's all you need. And then your optional equipment. So we're going to look at cold weather gear, and we're also going to look at a metronome app. And that's going to explain a little bit about pose method running stuff. So cold weather gear, obviously I've comboed Lululemon again. So we have tights. If you want to put shorts over your tights, you can do that. And then a long sleeve. And then we got that long sleeve top and bottom as well. Once again, New Balance has some great clothing out there that I've seen recently. They've really stepped up their game. And then you can also check out Roadrunner Sports as well. So a metronome. So I put this metronome up to show you all a good old school metronome that maybe you used or you heard somebody else use for being in the band, playing an instrument. But a metronome is great tool for using when you are running. In the pose method mission, which is mission 16, but I talk a little bit about cadence on mission 15, you want to look at possibly getting a metronome app. I would not get a running metronome app. I truly feel the best app out there are your basic metronome apps. So sometimes you could find one for $1.99, maybe $2.99. So it's actually a good tool to have. But once again, that's going to be your optional equipment. So then where should you buy your equipment for running? Obviously, I'm always going to promote your local running store. I highly recommend buying local because they're small business just like I am. So if you could go support them, that would be fantastic. If they don't have the shoe that you need, check out roadrunnersports.com. They do an amazing job with shoes. Get them to you. You try them out. If you don't like them, you send them back. Also, trisports.com has been recently updated and bought. So I think they are trying to step it up a little bit. So I'd definitely check out trisports.com. And then for clothing, you can always look at my favorite, Lululemon Athletica, and then look at the New Balance clothing as well. And then last but not least, that's those socks that I was talking about, the Wigwam. I just love them. The Target brand just did not work for me anymore. And unfortunately, I am still dealing with some toenail issues, but we won't elaborate on that. So, what do you need for the run? This is the great thing. You don't need much, you guys. That's what we love about running. You need running shoes. You need shorts or tights. You need a top or a bra and some good wicking socks. And off you go. All right, that's it for Mission 14. Next off will be Mission 15, and we'll talk specifically about run workouts and a little bit more detailed about cadence. Have a great day, you guys.